You know what's actually interesting, bro? I've been saying for like the last week, I need to get in the StreamYard because Zoom doesn't download my videos right. And so I've been saying like I need to try StreamYard. And so it's funny that you're doing this because like I really need to just hit and say sign up for free right here. This while you doing that.
Man, they need to give me a referral because man, it won't.
Oh, you got an affiliate link?
Nah, I don't know. I need one though. I gotta put my daughter out though because she will come in and select the button. Hold on. Bye. As soon as I hit the button, she come walking in. Keep your daughter, Mom. Keep your daughter. And I can't close the door because the Wi-Fi gonna break. All right, you good, Brody? You good over there?
I'm ready. I'm good and I'm ready. I do have a call. I gotta hop on at 7. So
you ready?
I'm ready when you ready.
I'm gonna check the Facebook. Make sure it don't look too crazy. All right, I'm live up there. Let me see. Yeah, bro. So
I don't even remember the question that I'm answering. I just felt like it'd be better for us to do content. So I'm gonna let you start, and then I'm gonna go wherever you want to go.
That's what's up. Yeah. So basically, I titled this one lead generation, right? Because I just be on the Facebook asking questions. But I know the business questions when Briggs comment, I know he got some insight. I know he got something to say. I know he got something to share. And Brody was like, man, let's just go live. So I'm with it. You know what I mean? We're going live. We're on the YouTube. We're on the Facebook. We're on the that's all we at right now. So if you're watching this, make sure you like it, make sure you share, make sure you comment, join the conversation, man. So, and I think I'm about to put a comment up right now. How you feeling today? While I put a comment up. Yeah, how you feeling today? While I put a comment.
Oh man, bro, I'm feeling amazing. I'm in a really, really great season. I feel like every time I talk to you, I'm like further along in the journey, and there's so much that I've learned from the last time that I talked to you. So when I get to talk to you, I'm like really, really eager and really, really excited. So I'm looking forward to it.
Let's make it happen, bro.
What about you? How you feeling? How you feeling? How you doing?
Perfect. I am vibrating high. Perfect. Don't get no better. Like I said, I'm getting better. I'm better than I was yesterday, better than I was last year, further than I was before. Then got goals, got milestones, got things in place, got plans, got goals to hit. You know what I'm talking about? So all that, I'm ready for it. Summer here is hot outside, people outside. You know me, I'm a vendor. So you know I'm going with the people. I'm going where the money at, right? So we can make it happen, make some shake. And I'm trying to get Frank. Look, Frank, you can watch this too, Frank. I'm trying to get Frank outside, do some outside live content. Right? We had a couple of shows. We had a couple of shows in person in the Sky Lounge in Norfolk, right? We had a couple of shows in person, James. They was dope. But I'm trying to get Frank to be outside, doing some live content outside with regular people. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I want y'all to come to the Black Business Spot and host a live podcast for what you could, because I mean it gets a little noisy in there, but I mean we could do a pre-event joint, a post-event joint. You know,
when the next one?
Well, the next one is tomorrow, but we set it up for next month.
When you doing one in July? Because I think I'm gonna try to come down and bring the fam down for like the July 13th ish. That's the
July 13th. I am not gonna be in the area. I have it the second Tuesday. Generally, it's the second Tuesday of every month. This month, I had some other stuff that took place on the second Tuesday. I was gonna be out of town, so we had to move it to this one. But generally, it's the second Tuesday of every month.
All right, we'll set something up. We'll make something shape. We're gonna make it happen for sure. But yeah, the question was, man, how are you generating leads for your business? And that was just a general question I was having. You know, I'm listening to probably some podcast content, and I was like, I just wanted to put it on Facebook. And you said social media and live events, and I was just like, sounds typical. You know what I mean? Sounds typical. That's what kind of everybody be saying. Like, what makes how you make yourself stand out or whatever, and yeah, how you make yourself stand out. So that's kind of how we got here. So
yeah,
the question is, lead generation in business. How you generating the leads, and how are you making yourself stand out, in particular on social media?
Yeah. So great question. And lead generation to me is kind of, for me, I feel as if you're doing marketing, then lead generation is a subcategory of that. It's kind of like the introductory between marketing and sales, right? Because it's gaining people's attention, and then it is providing them enough value that they want to exchange their information for what you're offering. So I think when we talk about lead generation, we kind of got to be a little more specific in understanding how are we defining what lead generation is, right? Because lead generation isn't just engagement. Lead generation isn't just the follow. Lead generation isn't just, reach or impressions. Lead generation.
Just posted online?
Huh?
It ain't just posted online?
It ain't just posting online, right? So lead generation, when we say it, is how am I getting someone closer to the sales process, in which they are providing me with indicators that they are a candidate for a purchase, right? That's how we will more so define lead generation. And if being more specific to where I am, is how am I getting this individual to a place where I am taking the relationship off of social media and I am putting them into my ecosystem. I'm putting them into my CRM system. I'm putting them into, where I have their contact information. I have their phone number. I have their email address, where I can now facilitate conversations without the restraints of a social media platform. So the definition of lead generation, I think, is one that we have to clarify. So when you say lead generation, what do you mean? What are you intending in that question?
So when I say lead generation, I'm just talking about, like you're saying, not even a candidate, right? Not even a particular candidate. More so getting in front of more bodies, getting in front of more people. Because in my arena that I'm kind of in now, so I'm not even talking about my tech stuff. I'm just talking about physical product instant gratification type, right? So when I'm outside, that's my candidate, because my product, if they see it, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna like it, and right. Mm-hmm. So that's my lead generation. But I understand, once they buy from me, that is now a potential customer that I can take to a different arena of what I do offer, right? Because a lot of my products normally are for children, right? But the parents are the buyers, right? So the children are the hook almost, right? But the people with the money, the people making the decision, the people who care about the child's future is more the parent, right? So I'm kind of focusing on, like, how can I get that parent into my ecosystem of my Now With You curriculum, right? My tech educational programs, right? Or if the parent is an entrepreneur, how can we get them into our figuring shit out ecosystem as to get them on a podcast maybe, right? Or get them to join our community, right? Or finding a way to add value to whatever they got going on. So that's what I kind of look at as a lead generation.
Okay, cool. So in what you said, it's a little bit of awareness and then going into lead generation, which is great. So how do you do that then becomes the question. How do I take someone essentially from not knowing me to finding or following me, and then moving them from finding or following me into early indications that they may be ready to convert to fund or finance me, i.e. become a customer? Is that, I want to make sure I'm answering your question correctly. So is that the space that you're asking the question on?
Say it again.
So we're talking about how to take someone from not knowing us to finding or following us, right? And then from finding or following us to the early stages, not actually the purchasing, but along the pathway of funding or financing us, which is when they become a customer. Is that the space that we're talking about?
Right, yeah, because Frank and I are kind of like you in the sense of, I remember early on when we were doing the podcast, Linktree, right? He was like, let's do a Linktree. And I was like, bro, we're techies. We don't need a Linktree. We can make a page with all our own links on it. So that way our customers don't have to go to Linktree. They can go straight to our website and go straight directly to whatever link that we're providing them, right? So Yeah. Awareness
Okay, so cool.
Further.
So the one thing that you're looking at from that standpoint is now you're looking at awareness. You're looking at how do I get in front of more people, and out of the more people, then I can begin to segment them off into who would be a better prospect to maybe purchase at some point. But that top part of that equation is I have to get in front of as many of what I would deem as pre-qualified people as I possibly could, which means that if you're saying this is for kids, and I want to, and parents are the individuals who have the money, then it's not gonna benefit me to be talking to teenagers. It's not gonna benefit me to necessarily be talking to, people who don't have kids, so on and so forth, right? And the reason that this is important is because you're defining the demographic of the people that you need to talk to. Now, once you define that demographic of the people you need to talk to, you have to create content that is relatable to those individuals. So you ask me, well, what do I do on social media? Well, if you're targeting parents, you have to communicate the value of what you do to them in a way that is attractive. So what is meaningful to a parent? And what a lot of times what individuals do in their content is we just talk about what we have. I have this. Your kid could do this. Your kid is like, we're talking about what we offer, but we're not talking about how it improves their lives. So the most critical portion of doing this, when you talk about social media marketing, or if you're talking about like what I talk about in the events, the most critical piece is your messaging. What are you saying that is compelling and attractive to the people who you want to attract? All right.
Let me slow you down.
Yep.
So basically, like, I want to convey the message when I'm on social media to entice them, right? Or to let them know what I have to offer for them in particular, right? So when they do come to my ecosystem, they're going to check out my socials. But my socials are already going to have my message of, I have A, B, and C just for you, right? And you are the person I'm looking for. Why? Because I've already had an encounter. We've already had some awareness, right, with each other. So therefore, when they come to my social media, they're deeper into it. And it's like, all right, what else do you got? Well, how can I get more involved, right? Am I following you?
Yeah. Even more that when they come to your social media, they feel like you're already talking to them, because you're addressing pain points, you're addressing ambitions, you're addressing concerns, you're addressing hope. Like, that's what is in your messaging. So when I'm scrolling through, if I'm talking to parents, then I'm telling testimonies of individuals who have had transformation from my service. I'm telling, I'm giving pictures and making picturesque scenes around what it will look like when you engage with my service, what the transformation is for your children, what opportunities open up for your children because of, coming through to my service. So it's not just saying I offer this, and this, which you can do, but that's just one arrow in the quiver. You should be talking about the transformation that takes place if they are to move forward with your solution, or the pain that is exasperated if they continue on without taking you up on your offer. Those are the things that you're looking to communicate in your messaging.
So kind of like so let's say so I'm aware that tech is a major thing, and moving forward is only going to get bigger, right? And so an issue that I would exacerbate kind of would say, it'd be harder for even if you don't put your child in the tech, it's going to be harder for him to flip burgers because AI is taking over. It's going to be harder for him to become a what is they call trash man. I want to call him a trash man. They got a technical name, general waste manager, something like that, right? It'd be harder for him to get that job because that job is now going to be automated. It's going to be harder for him to be a janitor, right? I just seen a commercial or a post that the lawn care guy got a damn lawnmower, no wires, no charger. And it just sits on your lawn and it maps out your whole lawn and it cuts your grass, right? And so instead of somebody paying your child to cut the grass for $10, $15 in the summer and they didn't pay $250, $300 for the lawnmower, and it just cut the grass all year round. Right. And so you're saying kind of
exactly. So, but like that's exactly what I'm saying. And think through different industries that have faced this. Like the parents grew up in the 90s, maybe the 80s. Like, remember when you were a child, remember the experiences that you have that now you don't even get. The companies that were relevant then that aren't relevant now. The world is always changing, right? Books A Million was a huge enterprise. It was a huge business. But once Amazon came about, it crushed that sector. When I'm from New York, we will walk back and forth up and down the streets, listening to rap music on a CD, right? And we have our headphones in. The music industry, how many CDs are sold? Like that natural evolution of technology has transformed so much that if you were stuck in a record store as a place of employment, that went by the wayside. However, there's now an opportunity where there is a transfer of massive wealth that is coming, and we can get in at just about the ground level. If your child gets in, even though technology is advanced right now, it's still in the genesis of the possibilities of what could become. And everything that we're moving towards in the future is going to be rooted in technology. So if your child is not updated on the information with technology, if your child is not accustomed and familiar with technology, you're going to see your child falling behind to other children whose parents were wise enough to invest in them at this early age, so that when technology progressed, they were already, more accustomed to it.
Right. I got you. And that makes sense. Like, that's definitely in line with what my program is about, and so my thing is, like, when I see the parents outside, right? So let's backtrack a little bit. When I see the parents outside and they buy a product for me, and they buy something from me early outside, right? Check out my social medias. I also do this, offer this. And when they go to the social media, it'll be
You're freezing up. I'm not sure if it's just me or what. Hey, bro, are you still here with me? All right. Looks like he was saying that he was having a little bit of Wi-Fi issues, but I hope that you guys are getting some great insight from here. I hope that you're getting some great knowledge from here. Oh, he's coming. Here he is. All right, cool. You're back.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah. Right. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, yep. I hear you perfectly.
Still good. So, like, what I was saying, like, when I see outside, they buy product. I tell them I got something good for them on the social media. They go to my social media. They'll see me exacerbating a problem that that they're gonna be having in the near future, right? And so, go into how I kind of convert them to get more into the funnel, right? So, like, I could just say, click on link on the bio to learn more or whatever, or comment the words something, and I have a mini chat bot reach out to them. But how can I be more particular about that?
Yeah, that's you actually picked up where my head was going, which was
Okay.
you have to have some level of a customer journey already plotted out, right? So if I meet someone and they purchased, at that point of purchase is the highest time for me to I wouldn't move them to my social media at first. If they made a purchase, I'm moving them towards an email sequence, follow-up sequence, moving them towards a landing page where there is more concentrated effort, because on social media, I don't know what I posted yesterday or the day before or the week after, but when you made this purchase, this was top of mind. And so I will want to link that purchase being made to an automated sequence that continues the conversation as to why the purchase was a good decision. Now, if somebody comes by and maybe they do not purchase something, and if we're in a vending type situation, then I may want to give them a resource or a guide that, hey, even though you didn't purchase this, I appreciate you for having a conversation with me. Here's something that's going to help you. Here's something that's going to help your child. That's the email list. You're going to deliver it via email. Just have them put their information in. You send out the email, and then you can start an email sequence behind that to kind of nurture them more. And if in that email you want to say, hey, also follow me on social media, I'd more take that path if I'm meeting someone they're purchasing, because they're a lot closer to me than just a follow. The follow, is a little more the follow to me would be secondary to receiving the information.
Right. So they already have that no factor, right? And they kind of already like you a little bit, right? But they don't necessarily trust you completely yet, right? So I want to say, talk to the people who kind of sell the medicine and the candy type of deal, right? So my candy is the toy is the candy, right? That's not necessarily what I want them to have, or that's not the main objective, right? And so so somebody else's product may be music, right? Their music might be the candy, but their medicine is, I can help you on social media, or I can help you do this in business, or I'm probably an accountant, right? So they have some candy up front. Talk about how to mesh those two, right?
Yeah. So for me, the candy is something that is valuable to the individual. That's the lead magnet for me. In most cases, what you're saying is the candy is the lead magnet. Something that's low cost, something that does not require them to pay, quote unquote, with money. It's just an exchange of information. I think we have to be really, really specific, direct, and particular in who we allow into our funnel. Because if you allow someone into the funnel with no true intention, or in a passive manner, then it's almost like you get friend zoned. You know what I mean? Okay. Like you just the cool friend. Like, you trying to date somebody, you trying to talk to them, and they're like, oh no, you nice, you cool, whatever. You hanging out with them, and you thinking
they're trying to be cool. They're trying to be cool with you.
We're talking, So in your mind, you like, we building a relationship, we getting closer, And they're like, right. Nah, like we just friends. Because and you never really step up to make the offer. And so my one concern with the candy and the medicine and how you explained it is, like, if I'm an accountant but I'm doing music on the front end, like, bro, I came to you to learn music. I could care less about accounting. I've already fixed in my mind that you're a musician. So now you coming back and saying that you're an accountant. I'm like, I like you for your music, right? So I think that what we do on the front end has to be connected to what we're doing in the latter part. Now, unless you're singing songs and your songs are somehow about accounting, you know what I mean? Right. Like, you singing songs about balance sheets and things of that nature, like, then yeah, that's cool. But it just has to be connected together.
Somehow.
Right. Yeah, it has to be connected together. So for you, If it's the toy is this lead generator, like your lead magnet is what helps you with the lead generation. And so if your toy is the low ticket offer, it's a low barrier of entry for someone to commit dollars to you, and you are going to use this to upsell them into another offer, then when they purchase the toy, I think you have to make the messaging clear in the thank you email why the toy is important. And in that email of the thank you, or on the landing page, on the thank you page, there's either a video of you or there is something that explains what this next step is and why this toy is important and how it's connected to the next step.
Right.
Does that make sense what I'm saying?
I got you. So it's kind of like, so when I'm talking to the parents when they're buying, I'm letting them know I got flyers, I got, brochures, and I'm letting them know, hey, this is just to get you over here. And I'm saying it kind of directly too. This is going to get you over here, but I really want you to know about this. But they're still buying, not necessarily because of the secondary or the latter part, but I am definitely letting them know. And so I'm on a recap. So basically, you're saying like, once they are buying, get that email, get that contact information, and send them something to say, remember this conversation we had almost, or this is what I was referring to, and in that have them points, the pain points, or some of the reasons of why this is important for you, in particular to your child, or to whatever message that I'm getting, right? And so, and also, you were saying earlier that for awareness purposes, I need to have my social media, for anybody else too, right? To have the social media messaging. What am I solving? What pain points am I alleviating? Or what's the other term you used? Exacerbating the pain that you're exacerbating the pains, right? So that's very helpful. I'm sure other people listening or watching can kind of understand this or use this for their own business, right?
And with that too, the emails that you send out don't all have to be in one email. And what I mean by that is the reminder of what you talked about, why it's important, what the next steps are. That could be broken down into a series of emails that you're sending out to them over time. And so anybody who's watching who's like, man, I don't know how to do that, I wouldn't know how to do that. I own a software company called Flowspur. And Flowspur actually gives you the ability to do the email automations, to do text automations. It gives you the ability to build out the landing pages, to do your upsells and your downsells inside of the platform. And so if you want to like have more knowledge on what that would look like, definitely reach out to me. So that is something though that what we're really talking about in essence, bro, is, and this is something that a lot of us struggle with as African American business owners, is having a customer journey. And so what is a customer? When we do business, we generally aren't thinking about what is the next step. We're just thinking about the transaction, right? And so your customer journey is the preordained steps that someone takes to go from not knowing you to becoming a brand advocate, someone who is just evangelizing your brand's message. So how do I take someone from not knowing me to becoming a raving fan of my brand? There are steps that have to be taken in order to move them along this path, this path. And when we go through and we say, okay, if I meet somebody in person and they make the purchase, what's the next thing I want them to do? Because here's the fact of the matter as well. It's something that you talked on earlier, just in the realm of technology. For us as African Americans, when we don't have the full capability to hire staff and to delegate to others, our low-cost alternative is automation. When we can't delegate, we can automate. So if we have our systems, what we want to happen at what intervals inside of someone's experience in doing business with us, if that's a process that we have already detailed, we need an email to go out at this juncture, or we need a contract to go out here, or after someone signs, we want to send them an invoice. If we know those steps, we can automate those steps. We can use technology to leverage where we don't have to do it, and we don't have to worry about having an assistant to do it. And so, you know, having that clear customer journey, I just can't overemphasize that enough.
So I'm gonna take it back to the dating reference you did in the friend zoning, right? So it was definitely when you said break down the email sequence. All I thought was bro was about to text her his whole goddamn life story. He was about to tell her how much money he made, where he lived, that kind of car he got, kind of wife he want, all in the first chain, right? And you don't want to do that. You can run it off when you get kids, boy.
Right. Right. Break it down. Break it down. Make it interesting for them. Right. Tell them a story. Show them stats. Show them resources. Show them examples. Like, don't just like make it to where they're looking forward to opening or to hearing from you because you're providing that amount of value. And to get back to your earlier point, now what happens is you have this beautiful, fully integrated ecosystem to where there is symmetry between what your messaging is in your emails, your presentation in person, what your social media accounts are speaking to. So wherever I see you, I'm feeling the same energy in all of these forms. And it's the combination of all of those things that lead to individuals who become raving fans of you. It's small pieces of it all that helps to make the whole. And so now if I see this in the email, I may not buy the first time in the email, right? I may not buy the second time in the email. I may, meet you, get some of your emails. Now I'm connected with you on social media. And because I'm seeing you everywhere I go, there's that reticular activating system, which now it seems like, I just saw him here. I just saw him there. And whenever somebody says technology, you want to be top of mind. And you could do that through these separate channels.
Right. So we got the know on the introduction. We got the know on just being aware of me, seeing me, out places. And then we got that like factor because they like me enough to purchase already. Right. Mm-hmm. And so now it's my kind of the job to emphasize that trust factor, right? With letting them know what I provide, exacerbating the problems that I alleviate, let them know how I can solve the problems that we solve. And this is just not for me, right? This is for any business, right? You want to be, you want to get know, you want to be seen, you want to be aware. You want them aware of you. You want to get them to like you, right? Because he is buying that first product, right? Because somebody has to like you somewhat to give you money for something that they need or don't even necessarily need, right? And then it's up to you again to build that trust factor and, like I said, problem solving, alleviating problems, or just let them know that you're an expert in that said field, right? So I like that, man. That's some good stuff right there. I really can see me implementing this, right? Because I've done a lot of sales, but I haven't. That I'm gonna take away the implement on my sale, my initial sale, right? Of sending out an email, like you said, breaking down the email chain, right? Not just bombing it of the heart, right on first contact, right? I'm gonna break down the email sequence. Send them a couple emails, let them know who I am, what I do, what we're about, how I'm here to help them. And like you said, they're gonna see me again because I see a lot of customers again. I have a lot of repeat customers because I'm in some of the same events every season, every year, right? And then their kids are growing, right? Or they have multiple kids, so they're gonna be in a lot of these same events over and over again. So now they're really gonna have some trust because they see me a lot, they like me a lot, and they know me a lot, right? So I'm definitely gonna implement that trust factor, that email sequence into these purchases that I'm getting. lead generation, man. That was cool. I liked it. I appreciate you, bro. What you got? Give me one more tip for lead generation. One more tip to make me stand out or make somebody stand out when they're trying to do some lead generation.
I think one thing that you are doing already is you're going where the people who you want to serve already are. Okay. Right. And I think that's very important that so when you do your vending, what you're essentially doing is you're leveraging the audience of someone else. Wherever you're vending, they've done some level of marketing around the event. They're driving people there. They may have your ideal client, and that's generally why you're vending at that event. And so strategic partnership, collaboration, and placing yourself around your ideal customer is something to not have lost on you in your planning stage. So again, we have to move meticulously and strategically. We have to be very, very spot on in, hey, this is who I'm here to serve. This is the problem I solve. This is where the people who I serve, this is where they're going to be in mass. And I just have to position myself in that mass. And then that's that first domino that falls. So if you could go to an event or create an event, host an event once a month, then you do a few things. One, you get face-to-face contact feedback on what you're doing that's right, what you're not doing that's right. I was thinking about this earlier today. Business is a contact sport, right? Okay. Business is a contact sport. What do I mean by that? You increase your business exponentially the more contacts you have with people, right? When you position yourself to constantly be in contact with people, your business is going to grow. You either are getting feedback from those individuals, or you could get testimonials from those individuals. You could get content from those individuals. So think about the people who bought what they bought. If you got a video just saying, what made you buy this today? And they told you, I bought this today because my kid is going to love it. And I've been looking forward for something like this. It's going to keep my kid's mind stimulated. It's going to keep whatever they say. They are literally telling you the reason why other parents would buy. And so if you could record that testimonial and post and say, thank you, such and such, for purchasing. It was an honor serving you. We look forward to your kid having fun. And I scroll through and I see that. Now I'm even more intrigued, like, oh, because there's some level of herd mentality. Like, oh, this parent is doing that. This parent is saying that is good for their kid. I want something that's good for my kid too. So it at least helps me to know that I wouldn't be alone in my desire to do this for my child.
Right. So when I'm outside my product at night, my product's an LED product, right? So when I'm outside at night, I tell people, so people's like, your product's cool, why you don't sell it online? And I'm like, because online, I don't get the same rush. I may have 20 people go to my online store and sell one thing. If I get 20 people going to my table, I'm going to sell 15 products, right? I've created a frenzy, right? It's when those kids get there, and the parents like, dog, what are you doing to me? But when the parents said, dog, what are you doing to me? I'm over to them like, yeah, this is cool, but you should see what else I have to offer, right? And so we're saying is getting a testimonial is making more of a frenzy for other people who aren't here and seeing what I'm able to do for this parent to make them so happy and so ecstatic that they want to be a part of it too. The friends, like when there's a bunch of little crumb snatchers at my table, more crumb snatchers come. More. And the parents, and then sometimes the parents are like, "What all those kids over there? I want to come over there," and then go get something to surprise their kid, and the kid will come back like, "Oh my God!" So thank you, right? So creating that frenzy, right? So that's two. That's number two. I'm gonna take away. I'm glad I asked. That's number two. I'm gonna take away. I'm gonna try to get some testimonials of the parents why they're there, because if they say, "Well, I need something to stimulate my kid's mind," this is it. Or I got something else too. And it'll help your kid even more down the line and not just right now, not just the instant gratification type of deal. Right. So you mentioned your software that you own, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you talk about that. Tell them why that's important for businesses and how they can get in contact with you to learn more about it.
Yeah, so with Flowspur, the interesting thing is when you talk about doing this frenzy, when I have events and I have a mass amount of people that are there, if I'm on a stage somewhere, what I do is I tell people like, hey, text this word to this number. So if I'm running ads for the Black Business Spot, I say text Black to this number for registration. If I'm on a stage and I just spoke, I say text notes to this number and I'll send you my notes of my speech. When people are texting me, it's pulling into my CRM and it's automatically sending them to the landing page where they could find more information or they could download something. So in those instances, I'm able to capture their information and I'm able to even further segment who is invested in the next step by the action that they took at this current point, right?
Gotcha.
And so Flowspur is the capability of you automating your customer journey. You taking someone from not knowing you to finding or following you, to funding and financing you, to becoming family, to becoming a fire starter. You could segment that out step by step by step. Whether that is you need a website, we have a website builder. You need to run emails, we have email campaigns. You need text, we have text automation. You need to connect to social media so that you could schedule out your social media posts. We have that. We have, you mentioned ManyChat earlier. I'm gonna have to have a little conversation with you because we have the comment this word and we'll DM you this. Like we have that built into the platform as well. So again, all of this just translates to a customer journey, right? What are the touch points that people have and how do you move them through that? If you wanted to host courses, we have that inside of Flowspur as well. And so the amazing part of Flowspur, though, that I really am most proud of, because I really believe that as entrepreneurs, our business is only as good as we are. And I have to hop off because I have a 7 o'clock tonight. And the 7 o'clock tonight is we have a mindset coach who comes in and talks to the individuals who are on the Flowspur platform. As business owner, you get stressed, you get overwhelmed, you get frustrated, right? And so we have a coach who comes in and it's for everybody that's on the platform. You could come in, you could ask questions, you could decompress or whatever. And she's a licensed therapist. It's not therapy, but she has the training to properly guide you as a performance coach. We have trainings on our platforms 2 times a month. The first and third Mondays, come up, ask any question. We'll teach you how to build it. So there's an immense amount of support that goes into that. And then if you wanted business coaching, we do that every week throughout the month.
Okay.
And so I'm really, really excited about it. In fact, I'm doing something that I have not done before. I'm doing it July the 15th through July the 19th. Now, some people may not know who I am and like, Dak, who's this guy? So online, they call me Money Briggs. I'm an award-winning entrepreneur, most known for building 4 6-figure businesses in a 4-year period. I didn't do it because I'm super intelligent or smart or whatever. It was because I understood the system behind what is needed in order for you to grow, right? And so we've taken that system and we put it into a platform. And then I'm doing a 5-day training called Enlarged Territories. And the concept behind this is in 5 days, I mean, we've talked for maybe 45 minutes. I think we're a few minutes late just getting started. So let's call it 40 minutes. Right. Okay. You know, the amount of information I provided in 40 minutes is like the tip of the iceberg to what you would receive over a 5-day period to help you to build your business and give you a 6-figure blueprint. And so in enlarged territories, we're teaching you how to take your expertise and how to monetize your ideas, right? And so the enlarged territories, 5 days. We kind of go through different segments. I give you a lot of resources. At the end of it, you'll become a more confident entrepreneur with a strategic plan that you can execute quickly to accelerate your revenue and your business growth. And if you want to be a part of that, just DM me the word enlarged. You can find me on Facebook. It's Money Briggs. You can find me on Instagram, money.briggs, or you can send me a text message. Now, the text messages, although the first portion is automated, it actually does come to my phone. And I generally call people like a day or two after they text these codes just to have conversation with them. And so if you text the word enlarged, so text the word enlarged or enlarged to 757-703-3211. Again, 757-703-3211. You're going to text the word enlarged. I'll send you the link. Once you register for the link, once you purchase, the cost is $97. Once you purchase, you're going to get 14-day access to the platform. If you do it now, your access starts early, but you also get an affiliate link. And on your affiliate link, anybody who joins the challenge from your affiliate link, you're getting 33% of their purchase. So you get 3 people to join the challenge. You've covered the cost of your ticket. At the 4th person, I owe you $33. So I hope to see you guys in the challenge.
Oh, that's fire. So look, man, he gave us a lot of game, a lot of gems, a lot of information, a lot of goodness. I know he got it ready to go in a second. Don't forget, man, Unify and Thrive. If you're watching this, like and share, comment. It's gonna be on our Instagram. It's gonna be on the YouTube for the playback. Reach out to Money Briggs on all social medias. Don't forget to text him. Don't forget to DM him. He'll get you right. They'll call him Money Briggs for nothing. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? So look, I appreciate you coming through, bro. And we'll talk again sometime soon. We can make it so long next time. You feel me?
Hey, bro, look, I'm here as long as you want. If I didn't have this 7 o'clock, we could go even longer. You know, I enjoy it. That's why when I'm texting back and forth to you, I'm like, bro, let's just do a live. It's easier for me to answer this question if we just have the conversation.
I wish they're on the line all day. My kids is banging at the door. They need that. You feel me?
All right, bro. Have a good one. I'll talk to you soon.
You too. Yes, sir. Take it easy.
All right, boy.